speaking.
Hello, is that Trudy Andrews?
Yeah, speaking.
Hello, Miss Andrews. I received a letter from yourself this morning in regards to my daughter.
Yep. And how can I help?
Well, I'm a bit concerned because I just point out, Trudy, I am recording this phone call for legal, lawful purposes. Now, in this letter, it's saying that the local authority is responsible for ensuring that all children in Essex are in education. Apparently, you have been advised that my child does not appear to be receiving an education.
What's your child's name?
Well, I'm not prepared to give you any information about my child at the moment. I'm a bit concerned because, like I said, the beginning of this letter says that you have been advised, but the letter isn't actually signed by you, it's just a printed letter. So I don't think you've been advised of anything personally at all. I think you need to reword your letters that you send out.
Well, any letter that we send out, obviously we sign. It's a standard letter.
Well, you
that
haven't
goes out
signed
to
this.
parents.
You haven't signed this at all. It's a printed signature. It's been scanned or photocopied and printed that way. It's not a wet signature. Now,
It's just the way we send out
well,
letters out. We won't scan the signature on.
anyway, at the bottom of the letter it says, "Could you please contact me within 5 school days and confirm the arrangements that are in place for your child's education?" With a question mark.
Correct.
This is with a question mark. If I do not receive a reply from you, I will refer the matter on to the local education welfare officer, who may contact you to discuss the matter further.
That's correct.
So what you're doing in this letter is you're asking somebody to get in touch with you, which we're under no obligation to do, and if we don't, or if you do not receive a reply, then you'll refer the matter on to the local education welfare officer, who may contact you to discuss the matter further. Well, I'm sorry, but the local education welfare officer is just somebody who works for the local corporation. They have absolutely nothing to do with me whatsoever. I've actually
I don't understand. I don't understand what you're saying. Obviously, something has been referred to us just to highlight the fact that your child may or may not be in education. So we send out a letter to establish from the parent what education the youngster's receiving, because obviously sometimes the child is in education and we just haven't got it recorded. Other times we don't hear back from the parents, so then we would refer it for someone to do a home visit, because as you can appreciate, some children aren't in education. Yeah, it's a serious matter, and we follow it up that way.
So
if you could give me
right, no, right. Look, listen. I have done a lot of research about this. Okay.
Okay.
There is no law that says my child has to be in school, and there is no law that says I have to have any counsel involved in the upbringing and education of my child. Now, on your website, Essex County Council, it says the duty of the local authority. Essex County Council has a duty to make informal inquiries. Okay?
Yeah, exactly, that's what we're doing.
And informal, so there's nothing formal about it whatsoever. And there's nothing formal about it whatsoever. Okay? And inquiry. So you're so basically you're just asking
we're checking just to see if your child is receiving an education in a school, being home educated, or is not in school. That's all we're doing. We're just inquiring to confirm what education he or she is receiving.
And is it actually any of your?
Because we've got a duty to check on that.
You've got no duty whatsoever. You're a corporation.
You duty, but as far as I'm concerned, we have got a duty to check on that.
Okay, well, let me put another scenario for you then, okay? I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing indoors. I get a knock on the door. I will answer the door. with my camcorder, as I always do, to record anybody that knocks on my door.
Fair enough, yeah.
Right? Now, a person on the door will say that they are the Education Welfare Officer.
Yeah.
I am under no obligation to give them any information whatsoever.
Right. So, are you prepared to give me some information or not?
Well, it all depends on what you intend to do with this information. Like I pointed out, I am recording this phone call, and I will use this in a court of law. Not in regards to your, not in regards, no, I am still talking. I am still talking. I am still talking. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will use this conversation in a proper court of law, not your legal. Okay, I don't do legal. Okay, I do lawful. Okay, I have no lawful obligations to have anybody tell me how I should raise my child. If I choose to educate my child at home, that is my choice. That is my right. Okay? And like I've said, I have done a lot of research about this, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it might not be your fault. It might just be the way you've been brainwashed by the corporation into believing.
Not at all.
Well, if it's not at all, then you will fully understand that we have no obligations to inform any council of what we are doing with our children. Providing they are being educated, that is all that matters. We do not have to tell you how they are being. We do not have to tell you how they are being educated. And you have no rights whatsoever to get yourselves involved in children's educations unless the parents consent.
Okay, can I just put you on hold for one moment?
You can.
Thank you. Hello there, sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay.
I'm going to transfer you through to my manager. Can I just take your name so that I can announce you?
No, that's fine. I don't have a name.
You don't have a name? Okay. Let me just get you transferred.
Thank you.
Hi, you're through to Anita Lingham, Strategic Attendance Leader. How can I help you?
I don't know. I've just been passed on to yourself. I haven't asked to be passed over to anybody. I've just been put on to you.
Okay, what seems to be the issue, sir?
Well, I was just talking to Miss Trudy Andrews in regards to a letter that I received from yourselves this morning.
Right.
Now, in this letter, well, first of all, it's a lie. It's signed, well, allegedly signed by Trudy Andrews. It's not. It's a printed signature. It's not a wet signature. It says the local authority is responsible for ensuring that all children in Essex are in education. I have been advised that your child does not appear to be receiving an education. I means the person. If I said to you, I have received a letter from yourself, that would mean that I have received a letter from you. Okay? But I have not received a letter from you, so it's the first time I've ever spoken to yourself. Okay?
Right, okay.
Now, so that bit, you know, you need to reword that, okay? Because Trudy Andrews did not receive anything personally in regards to my daughter. Now, I pointed out to Miss Andrews that on your website, essex.gov.uk, it says about the duty of the local authority. Essex County Council has a duty to make informal inquiries to ensure that children who are educated otherwise than at school receive suitable education.
Yeah, exactly. Can I just stop you there, sir? It's just that I don't know whether I actually have that website up at the moment because we're in the process of reviewing it. So at the very beginning of that particular web page, it does say that the page is currently under review. And is going to be updated so that parents of home-educated children can access further advice and guidance. In terms of that duty, that's not it's not been worded in the wrong way. It's just that the informal inquiry element will be updated in due course. So we do have a duty to make sure that children within Essex are receiving a suitable, efficient, full-time education. And where it does appear to us that that isn't the case, we have a duty to make sure that we make inquiries to try and find out why that may be, and also then to try to see whether that can be resolved to avoid legal action needing to be taken. So in terms of the letter that you've received, what else does it say?
Well, let's just go back a step, okay? Again, you're talking about legal. I don't do things legally. I do things lawfully, okay?
Right, okay, yeah.
Now, Essex County Council has a duty to make informal enquiries. Informal, INFORMAL. That means...
I do find your tone a little bit condescending to me.
That means it's not formal, okay? If it's not formal, if you have a duty, all right, as an authority, then that would mean everybody is obliged to tell you, but we're not.
No, and we're fully aware of the fact.
Right, so we are not obliged to tell you anything about our children then. If we wish to educate our children ourselves, that is our choice. We do not have to tell any council whatsoever.
Has your child ever been enrolled at a school?
My child was enrolled at a school, and then I deregistered my child from that school.
Yeah, and that school has a duty to notify us of that fact. So you don't have a duty as a parent to notify us that your child is being home educated, but because your child was on roll at a school, that school had a duty to notify us when they removed that child from their school registers to notify the local authority. So that's how we're aware of your child's situation. So I hope that makes that clear for you.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I've done a lot of research about this, and I deregistered my child. I deregistered my child properly.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
so,
the school have obviously done what they're expected to do. Have you had letters then from the Home Education Service requesting a plan from yourself? Is that what?
No, and even if I do receive one, I'll be thrown out in the bin, because if I choose to educate my children, that is down to me. They are my children. I'll make sure they get educated properly and learn what they need to learn. Not getting brainwashed in a mainstream school where they're not even going to get seen to properly.
Right, okay. I'm not sure what it is that you're wanting from me in terms of advice or guidance.
Well, I'm just recording this phone call because I'm putting this on YouTube just to show people that you can home educate your own children, and that we are under no obligation to have any council involved in how we educate our children. The law states that a child has to receive an education relevant to their age and ability. That is all the law, lawful, that's all it says. There's nothing legal to do with it. Legal is something completely different. Legal requires your consent, and I'm sorry, but I don't consent to Essex County Council being involved in how I educate my children. So, if you want, I'll give you a reference number, your reference number, but I will not be giving you my child's name or any other details.
Right, okay, yeah, reference number would be useful.
Your reference number is CME, and in brackets, IE.
Right, okay.
Now that's your reference number. That's got nothing to do with myself whatsoever. So, just like to point out that if anybody does come to my door trying to trick me into having anybody else involved in my children's education, I will take this down the lawful route. Okay? I will record anybody and everybody who knocks on my door, and those videos will be put in the public sector for everybody to see.
Okay.
Now I've given you your reference number. May I ask that you put some notes relevant onto your system so I do not receive any more silly letters from yourself?
I'm just making a note so you don't wish to receive any further letters.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And I do apologise. I do apologise if I have come across as condescending. It was not my intention. It's just that words are used for the public, and we don't actually read letters properly. You know, people don't actually understand what words mean. So all I've been trying to do is just, you know, if I've been repeating a word and saying it slower and giving you definitions of it or synonyms of it, it's only because I'm trying to explain what the word means. So I do apologise if you thought I was being condescending to yourself. That was not my intention at all.
Okay, thank you. I accept your apology.
Right, so you have my reference number. Well, sorry, your reference number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just point out that I am educating my children. Okay.
Yeah.
We are not travellers, you know, we live in a home. I do take education seriously. I just don't believe that school is necessarily the best thing for all children.
Yeah, and that Essex County Council truly believes in that also. So it's not something that we are against. It's just that, obviously, in terms of informal inquiries, letters are sent out on a routine basis currently because we have a home education service. I'm not sure whether or not you've picked up from the website that the home education service has actually been decommissioned and will not be in place as from the 1st of April. And that's why I just referred you to the fact that the website that you've obviously looked at is under review at the moment, because there are some bits on there that we're looking to change to make sure that the message that we're providing to parents who have quite rightfully, quite lawfully decided to educate their children at home,
Yes.
Have access to information which is of use to them, and doesn't give them the impression that there is going to be this routine monitoring and annual visits and things like that being offered, because certainly from the 1st of April onwards that will cease.
Thank you for clearing that up. That's very appreciated.
Okay.
I know. Again, I apologise. Sorry, what's your name again?
Anita Patel-Lingham.
I do apologise again, Anita, if you know if I've been rude towards yourself. It's just, you know, a lot of people, like I said, you know, they'll receive a letter and they start panicking. You know, they think, oh no, I'm going to get in trouble, and you know. All because words are used in letters and people don't understand what the words are, Anita, you know, so...
Yeah, no, and we appreciate people giving us a call, obviously, to give us feedback on any correspondence they've received from us, so obviously then we can address that, we can look at that, but just obviously to make you aware that the letter that you've obviously received is a standard letter that goes out.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Circumstances, and we are looking at the wording of all those letters as part of this review that we're doing at the moment.
Okay then, well, thank you for your time, Anita, and hopefully we won't be speaking again anytime soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.
There you go. From the 1st of April was that? It's all being thrown out the window.